Sit here. For people new to the football hut, I try and do all aspects of football. I do films, I do movies, we're obsessed over movies, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. I cover different things. 2010. This is what this channel was built upon. The Champions League, as well as the World Cup, Euros, African Nations Cup, but the Champions League is at the very core of what this channel is about. All aspects of football are very important, but there are things that are slightly more important than other things. This is the biggest club competition on our planet, arguably the universe. And this is what I live for. This is where it comes down, because there are very few things in the world that have the same emotional value as the Champions League. And we start off with what I think is a thought-inducing game. Because if you had given me this game under different kind of circumstances, or rather normal circumstances, this would be a pretty easy preview to do, and I'll pretty much be going through the motions. But there is a particular aspect to this fixture that makes it not a straightforward preview as I thought it would be when this draw was made. Guys, we're looking at Tottenham against Manchester City. First leg of the Champions League, an all Premier League tie. And it's a difficult one to call, specifically with this first leg. It's a difficult one to call. Everybody knows who the favourites are in this game. We know who the favourites are. We know who we expect to go through. We know who has had the better record, and we know who is most likely to confirm their tickets in the UEFA Champions League semi-final. But there is an aspect, and I will get to it, there is an aspect that we need to investigate, that we need to talk about. So guys, press pause, grab a meal, grab a drink, because we're going in. It's no time for jokes anymore. I've joked enough. Okay, I've cracked enough jokes. Now we get very, very serious. So I want to start first off with Tottenham. So on the injury list, got your boy Eric Dyer, got your boy Aurier, got your boy Lamela. I think out of those three people, the key injury is Aurier. I believe that Aurier, say what you will about his defensive liabilities and so forth, what he brings offensively to Tottenham is crucial, is really important, and they're going to be losing that. There is no one else on their team that Ben Davies, flipping Trippier, they don't give you the offensive quality, the crossing, the balance on the ball, the intensity, and just the forward thrust that your boy Aurier gives you, who's just far more adept, far more comfortable in offensive situations, and far more effective in offensive situations than Aurier and Ben Davies combined. So I think that is a key injury. Dyer, Lamela, they can live with it, but it would be nice to have them in there, especially Lamela, who should never be a starter, but is a good option to get off the bench. So I think, coming into this game, the decision that Pochettino will have to make, and I think it's something that he's dilly-dallied around. Look, managers, you have your strong lineup, but I think what managers hope for is you have a strong lineup, but you have 2 or 3 guys who can be part of that strong lineup. So what managers hope for is, man, I'm sweating over having to make a decision against 2 quality players, 2 really good players, 2 different players, but 2 great players who are bona fide starters. So I think I wouldn't say dilemma, but I think the decision Pochettino will have to make is, do you roll with the boy Son, or do you roll with the boy Lucas Moura? So this isn't really about him scoring that goal in the new State Stadium. Put that to one side. Just take this objectively. I like Lucas Moura. I really like him, and I'm a big fan of what he does, and I think he is a disruptor. He's a very good disruptor, and he plays like an old-school Brazilian. Direct, gung-ho, doesn't care, will dive straight in, going and forward with the ball fearlessly, so I like that. Son is more effective. Son is more consistent. Son is more dangerous. And I think over 90 minutes, Son will be more consistently dangerous than I think what Moura can do. So in this game, which is a must-win game for Tottenham, New stadium, home stadium, first leg, they've got to stake their claim and they've got to have a nice, good win and a great buffer to go into the second leg against a team that's looking to win it. You need to go, you need to pick your best dice. And I think for Son, I think what he can do on this big, new, nice pitch, I think can really cause City some issues. Because remember, you're playing against a side that aren't defensive. This is an attacking side. This is a side that will give you space. This is a guy that is willing to play football. They want you to play football with them. Although don't fall into the trap, you play too much football, they will rip you apart. But this is a team that will not set it back. So there will be space. So this is not a case of like, how do we now break down this backline? No. You will be given space. You'll be given opportunities. And I think for someone like a Son, even if, look, and that is the temptation I think Pochettino will have is, my gosh, these guys are going to give us space. Lucas Moura just has more intensive legs and is speedier and more intensive, and I think he can do more damage against an attacking team than I think Son will do. But don't fall into the temptation. The more effective man that you can rely on for the better parts of 90 minutes is your boy Son. And I think Son mixed in with what a Kane can do. I think that can be a very deadly package. And I think, and I put it like, his linking with Kane is going to be crucial. Moura can link with Kane well, but I want to see that link up with his Son. I want to see what they can do. And I think that is a partnership that can be forged really well. You got to look at your boy Sissoko. Got to look at your boy Sissoko. Now, your boy Sissoko is going to be very important in this game because you're playing against a midfield-heavy team. So Sissoko's ability to win balls, interceptions, distribute balls away is going to be very important in this game. Because again, if Sissoko doesn't have a solid game, a good game, if it's not a minimum of an 8 out of 10, and he allows midfield to get overrun, it's going to be lights out. Because what City wants is get those balls to their wide men, control the midfield, get their passing game going, and get the balls into those pockets. And Sissoko has to be the guy protecting the defense, but also doing the work in the midfield to make sure that the ball doesn't get to those pockets that City like to get them into. So Sissoko, right. And also as well, look, we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. Nobody in this world is perfect. Sissoko shouldn't be allowed to sniff the final third of the pitch. So for Sissoko, there should always be a situation where there are at least 2 or 3 options before he gets to the final third. So of course, bring the ball forward because he's very good at bringing the ball forward forcefully. But once you're coming at the end of that final third, look for a Kane, look for a Trippier, look for a Davis, look for someone to offload the ball to. You shooting just ain't your best suits, my dear child. And I think for Sanchez, Vertonghen, and Alderweireld, man, it's going to be and I think what Pochettino will tell them is, this whole 2-legged tie, my defense, we have to aim for a clean sheet when we play at home. Away, so it's a whole different thing because that's when there's much more of an onus for the home team to really do something. But for us being the home team, we have to keep it firm. And our aim is clean sheet. These guys must not score. And I do have faith in this defense that Tottenham have. I think they're going to be tested because they have been tested and they have come undone by these Man City guys based on the recent form and record that they have. But look, it's a Champions League. It's a different game. It's a different Swiss. It's a different calypso. It's a different cha-cha-cha dance. Lloris. Now, we discussed on our 2-hour marathon Mega Man hangout, and most people didn't even put Lloris top 20. Some guys said top 50. The bulk of the hangout room said he's a brick. I've been saying Lloris has been overrated for years now, and I still believe that the gun is overrated. So I think it would be a huge move for Pochettino to say, you know what, I'm just going to roll with the form, because for some reason he's still captain of this team. But let me just put this out there to Lloris. If you make a high-profile error in a game of this magnitude, I think you've got to give up. Because he has made too many high-profile mistakes. He's made mistakes in World Cup finals. He's made mistakes in derbies, in huge games. This is a massive game. This is Tottenham's biggest game for years. Biggest game for years, based on Champions League quarter-final, based on it being a new stadium. So if you make a mistake yet again, I'm I'm sorry. I mean, how do you carry on being a professional player? I have no idea. So let's just look here at Man City right now. So Kyle Walker injured, hamstring strain. You can ride it with that. Now this is a huge injury. From what I read from my sources, Sergio Aguero also has a hamstring strain, and he is doubtful, most likely not to play for this game. City can live with those injuries because based on their squad and how much they have invested in this squad. But it doesn't matter how much they've invested, how much quality players they have, both in the starting lineup and on the bench. Kun Aguero being injured, that is a massive, huge miss. That is a huge miss. Make no mistake, that is a huge, massive, massive miss. But look, that's what football is about. That is what management is about. Is how do you manage these situations? How do you manage injuries to your key players? So the decision that Pep has to make away from home, he knows about his poor record away from home. You're going up against a team in their new stadium, so there's that whole new stadium bounce about it. The decision he has to make is, do you roll with a false nine or do you roll with Gabriel Jesus? Gabriel Jesus has come under fire. He's like, people have insulted him at the World Cup, say he's useless, he's nothing. He's just like they're just calling me a merchant of Venice. It's like, what the hell do you do? They say that he should go back to the favelas. He's had a lot of insults. I still believe that Gabriel Jesus is a quality football player, and he needs to be encouraged just to really use his skill and use his ability, because this guy has superb ability. Remember that skill he did against Company, putting on both of his legs. I would entrust with Jesus. I would. You know what? It's a dilemma. As you guys will know, I'm not a fan of the false nine. I hate that tactic. But if anybody knows how to play the false nine, it is Pep Guardiola and this Man City team. I would still say Jesus, because I think a false nine would work against a team who are not very defensively strong, so you can really pass the rings around them. Tottenham are a very good defensive side. One of their strongest suits is how organized they are defensively, and in Alderweireld and in Vertonghen, these are top two defenders. So I think just having the presence and the option of a number 9 in a Gabriel Jesus, I just think it will just help keep those defenders occupied and allow the midfielders to really organize that themselves. Another big decision that your boy Pep has to make. So Silva, Sterling, Sane. Who do you start with? Look, I'll be real with you. As an analyst using the eye test, Leroy Sane is the best out of all three of them. Just from the eye test, based on ability. But ability doesn't mean anything. It's who fits into the system. And Silva and Sterling have consistently shown that they fit into the system very well. So looking into this game, I would say that I believe that Pep will entrust into the people that he knows he can do, that have been consistently good for him, which has been Sterling and Bernardo Silva. But still, if the game isn't really going the way that he wants, Sane has the ability and the mindset to come off the bench and make a difference. So look, it's good either way. So I just think the wisest thing to do in this game away from home, roll with Silva and Sterling, I believe. And I think I'm going to roll with this guy, Laporte. He's going to be huge. Laporte is City's best defender. As we're even discussing on last week's Hope Meets Banter, Laporte should really be in that French squad. And I think based on form, it should be Laporte in that defense with either Varane or Umtiti, probably even Umtiti. Based on form, he is France's best central defender right now. And Laporte is going to be very important. Because remember, he's playing away from home, Tottenham. The onus is on them. The pressure is on them to come forward. Otamendi, I don't read the do stones. Laporte is the best defender that City have. So his reading of the game, his awareness of Son's runs, his awareness of the movements of Kane is going to be very important. Because I think Pep knows that I'm relying upon you to really make those clutch defensive plays. I'm relying upon you to always be consistent, not make mistakes. Do not make mistakes, because a misstep that you make, Dele Alli could come in, Kane could come in, Son could come in, because Tottenham are coming to get those G's, and they're riding with that whole new stadium thing. But again, for me, I just feel like, Fernandinho already know how important this guy is. I am very interested in the Fernandinho versus Sissoko midfield battle, because I feel whoever wins that midfield battle, whoever gets the better of one another, I think it's going to be a huge momentous swing in how this game goes contextually. We're reading about the playmaking of your boy De Bruyne, and again, as I said again, big pitch. It's a nice wide pitch. I was looking at the match against Palace, there's a nice wide pitch, so that gives the a better circumference to find those passes, because for De Bruyne, every time he has the ball, where is Sterling, where is Silva? Sterling, make those runs, go wide. And Sterling is going to be very crucial. I think, especially without Aguero in this game, I think Pep's going to look towards an and Bernardo Silva, but really the wide men, Sterling, Sane, and Silva, to be effective. So not just about crossing, providing diagonal runs, running with the ball, making those diagonal runs into the box, and actually putting themselves in good goal scoring situations. Because City 1000% are coming for away goals. So taking things into account, so remember, so just to go back to what I said at the beginning, when this draw was made, I didn't think that this new stadium was going to be finished before the end of the season. I think everyone assumed that, okay, they're going to be playing at Wembley. So me thinking that, okay, Wembley first leg, Etihad second leg, City win this. City have such a good record against Tottenham, and I just think that, and I believe that they would beat them in both legs. The new stadium gives me pause for thought. Because huge for City to get that first win against Palace at the new stadium. So it just gives them that buoyancy. I keep saying this, and I'll say this again, guys. I always want to try to drum things in, like, key aspects whenever I do this football analysis. Psychology, the state of mind. On a psychological tip, Tottenham playing in that new stadium without crowd, saying this is our new stadium. It looks flipping sexy. New patch, newish. It just feels new. And it feels like, okay, this is our own right now. I think that is going to elevate City. And I think, that's going to elevate Tottenham. I think Pochettino will say to his boys, if he's smart, is use the stadium. Use the crowd. Make this a fortress. Forget what's like. This is now a new thing that guys are coming into. And I think for City, coming into this right now, I think it could, they're not going to be fearful. These are professional football players who are going for a quadruple, so they will not be feared by a new stadium. But I do feel that they'll be slightly, okay, all right, we now have to navigate this on a real mental tip. So I want to focus on the first leg, because this was about, because we'll deal with the second leg next week. First leg. Tutu. Man, it's hard. Because maybe I'm being wrong. I just think that new stadium thing is going to say something. Tutu. I cannot decide between Tutu and 2-1. I cannot decide between 2-2 and 2-1. I mean, am I buying too much into this new stadium thing? I'm just trying. Okay, let me just think. Let me just give me some time just to visualize. Let me just visualize. 2-1 to Tottenham. The Aguero. See, if Aguero plays, 2-2. Aguero not playing, a lot of pressure on the wingers to really score those goals. You know what? 2-1 Tottenham. I may be wrong. It's probably going to be 2-2, but I'm going to say 2-1 Tottenham in this first. Because I still say City are going to go through. We'll deal with it before. But if it's 2-1, that's still a great result for City. Because all City wants is let's get at least an away goal. I think what Tottenham wants is let at least win. We'd like to win by 2 clear goals, but let's at least win. So that Aguero injury, I'm rolling with Tottenham for a 2-1 win. Alright, peace out. Stay true. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.